Good morning, fellow foodies. Marcy here from Community Kitchen. This morning I'm going to teach you how to make my banana oat buttermilk pancakes. I love this recipe because it sneaks in banana and also the quick oats, which add some fiber to the pancakes. They're a family favorite in my house for sure. So I'm going to first mix all of my dry ingredients in a separate bowl. So here I've got 1 cup of self-rising flour. I always use self-rising flour because it already contains the baking soda and baking powder. So that's one step in this recipe creation that you can skip if you use the self-rising flour. I've added my quick oats. You want quick oats, not old-fashioned oats that take forever to make. I'm also going to add just a tiny dash of salt. I'm going to whisk all of my dry ingredients together in this bowl and set it aside. Next, in this bowl, I've got melted butter. So I've got 3 tablespoons of cultured butter. I always use cultured butter. It is so much better than sweet cream butter, in my opinion, because the process of making this butter is a little different. So they basically add live bacteria to the cream before they churn it. It's a European style butter and the flavor is unmatched. And it's just got this richness to it that is really unbelievable. So 3 tablespoons of melted cultured butter. I'm going to add my mashed banana. So this is 1 mashed banana that looks like this. This is a banana bread ripe banana, perfectly ripe for this recipe. I've got 1 cup of cultured whole buttermilk, which I'm going to add. I've also got 1 egg. So it's, sort of a medium to large sized egg. Next, vanilla bean paste. I never use vanilla extract. I think it tastes awful. I don't like the alcohol content. Vanilla bean paste is a syrupy, you can see, made with the actual vanilla beans and also ground up vanilla bean pods. Again, the flavor is unmatched. It's really rich, it's thick, it's a little bit sweeter than what you're going to get with the vanilla extract, but I always use it. All right, I'm going to whisk all of my wet ingredients together. This bowl, by the way, is fantastic, especially for making pancakes. It's a glass measuring bowl that also serves as a pitcher type receptacle, and it makes it very easy for me to pour my pancakes directly into my skillet. I've added my dry ingredients. I'm mixing it all together. This batter will be lumpy. You want it to be lumpy, and this is the thickness I want it. You don't want it super runny, but you want it medium to thick. All right, next we're going to move over to the stove and get these going. Okay, we're at the stove top. I'm going to turn my burner on to a medium temperature. I'm going to add a little bit of my butter so it'll melt in the pan. I'm using my cast iron skillet, which I love for pancakes. So you want to melt your butter not very long. The problem with butter is that it is very easy to burn. If it starts getting, and it's very hard to tell if you're cooking it on a cast iron, but you can basically know your butter is melted and ready for your pancakes when there's no solid pieces left. But you do not want to over melt your butter because then it starts to burn because of all the proteins that are in the butter. So again, my cultured butter melted. I'm going to use my handy dandy pouring bowl. We like our pancakes a little on the larger side in my house. So I've got my pancake going. I'm going to let that cook until you start seeing the bubbles rising to the top. That's when you know that your pancake is ready to flip. If you try to flip it too soon, you're going to have a disaster on your hands. I want to quickly tell you about why I have my butter on the countertop in this cute little glass dish. So I can thank my grandmother for this. She always told me to have a pat of butter at room temperature for reasons like this and for spreadable reasons. If you're having a sandwich and want butter on it, you don't want to have to deal with getting a hard piece of butter out of the refrigerator and trying to smear it on whatever. If you always keep a little pat of butter at room temperature, it's ready to go any time of the day. So I'm on to my second pancake. The wonderful thing about this batter is you can make a big batch of it and Put the extra batter in the refrigerator in an airtight container, and it can be kept in there for up to 3 days. So it makes your mornings so much easier. You don't have to go through this process of making a fresh batch every day. You can just keep it in your fridge and make pancakes as you want them.